Local Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City, Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present KCU basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by First National Bank, Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State.
You know, financial security begins at home. With home ownership, if you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit. Financial security begins at home. With home ownership, if you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit. Members Choice Credit today. Members Choice Credit Union NMLS 4194. You owe additional information. You restrictions may apply. To check out Members Choice Credit today. Members Choice Credit Union NMLS 4194. You owe additional information. You restrictions may apply. To check out Members Choice Credit today. Members Choice Credit Union NMLS 4194. You owe additional information. You restrictions may apply.
Game number 2 as the men and women playing the doubleheader today. Joined now with the head coach for the women's basketball team, Coach Lisa Kahn. Coach, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
What a heck of a victory by your team today, 91-70. It got a little tense there in the third period when they cut it down to 10, but the number that jumped off the stat sheet to me today, 29 of 30 from the free throw line.
Those girls were fantastic from the free throw line. We've been really focusing on that lately, doing a lot of drills, trying to put them in a pressure situation to hit those free throws, and it paid off today. I mean, I just can't brag on them enough for how much hard work they've put in over the break, and I think they're ready for school to get started, to be honest with you, but I think at the same time it's been great for us to get ready and back in the flow of things.
Lakin Atkins, I said today, she was a warrior down low. She had a big assignment with Dobbs, and she really went to work, led you in scoring and rebounding, but she asserted herself there in the fourth period.
Absolutely she did. She's just one of those players. I mean, she's 5'10" and plays like a 6'2" girl and just physical, and no one's going to outwork her around that basket, and she helps off and helps people in the cutters and things like that, but takes her assignment super serious with whatever post player she has. We haven't found a post player that really can dominate her, and considering if you see her size, like she's not a big girl in any way, but she's mentally tough, physically tough, and she just takes those assignments and almost like a challenge to her.
Having the ability for a player like her that she can step out and hit the long-range jumper, how much more difficult does that make her defensively?
I would imagine it'd be pretty tough. I'm glad she's on my team, that's for sure. But, yeah, and they don't expect that sometimes because I don't know that she hits them often enough. But at the same time, if you don't come out there, she will make you pay with hitting that three. So glad to see she's back in the role of doing that. She's got a bum knee, and she's been icing it and doing different things over break, getting some rest with it too. So it was just a fantastic game for her all around, offensively, defensively. But I know the girls count on her. She's a true leader on the team. They look to her for her just – energy and enthusiasm and confidence when we walk into a game. If Lakin's confident, I think they feed off of that.
What did you like about how your team responded when they cut it down to 10 and you call a timeout and then your team answered immediately, and next thing you know, it's out to 17, it's back to 20?
Yeah, sometimes I think they just needed to be reminded of the little things. We went into the locker room. They were super excited at halftime, and I just kind of tried to put them back, kind of put them in their place to say, this game's not over. There will be a run. Guarantee there will be a run. He's got something that he's going to do to try to challenge us and get back in this game. And, and of course, I think a little overconfidence happens when you've got such a lead like that. And I'd share with my coaches, it's coming. And so when it happened, just to settle them back down, remind them of the little things, how we're playing defensively, what it is we're trying to accomplish offensively. Before the halftime, we were making 2 and 3 passes to get a fantastic shot. And I think we started out just a little bit in that third quarter, kind of doing a little bit of one-on-one stuff or taking shots quickly, I guess. Not necessarily a poor shots, just not the best shots that we could get. And it just reminded them that that extra pass goes from a good shot to a great shot. And I think they responded with that. They responded with, we tried to pressure a little bit, got a few turnovers off of it, just trying to shake our – sometimes you got to get your legs going defensively before they're going to get going offensively. So if nothing else, even if the press doesn't always create turnovers for you, it creates other things for you. Kind of hopefully get your momentum going a little bit, realizing your legs have got to move again and getting up and down the floor, because we were getting beat in transition. We just weren't getting back, and they were getting layups on us, and I think that was just a slow – moving again after that break at halftime. So all of that kind of contributes.
When they jumped into that press and you could see you were being very patient in the backcourt, you finally get the ball to the center, and as soon as you get in the middle, that's when good things started to happen. And you could kind of see, especially with Jasmine, when she got the ball, she immediately turned and looked opposite, and it was layups for you on the other end.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we were kind of talking about in one of the timeouts, too, is the middle is where it's got to go. And if you go to the middle, and we talked, too, because Lakin was getting behind them all, and we just had to recognize that it had to get middle and then throw over top to Lakin, and she was going to make good things happen at the end. But it's just a total team effort with them playing. Abby West just does great things for us. And, I don't know that she always gets all the credit that she does. She gets the playing time almost every game because I know how essential she is to everything. But, she just settles us. She makes wise decisions. But, getting the ball, breaking to the middle for Jasmine, then turn around and seeing our options and things like that. But, again, just moving that ball around, and it's hard to defend when the balls get moved that quickly.
Kylie Gillum has been so big for you coming off the bench. She had a career-high 14 last time out and then went over CIU. She drops in 11 today, and more importantly, played almost the last 15 minutes of the game with 4 fouls.
Yeah, she did. She's one of those kids that has always had that potential. When we do a shooting drill, they have to hit like 70% in the shooting drill, and she's consistently hits it. And, we know what she's capable of, but a lot of times she gets herself in foul troubles with not always making the greatest of decisions defensively and puts herself in a bad situation. So I'm just so thrilled that she's making the adjustments, that she's getting the minutes, that she gets to stay on the court, because when she stays on the court, great things are going to happen around her.
How big is it getting 2 wins like this before you guys now take off on that 4-game road trip over the next 3 weeks?
Yeah, I definitely feel like the momentum's going in our direction. They're confident. You can tell in warm-ups they just went out there with confidence and was just, I can just see it in their eyes when I look at my team, to know whether they're ready to go or whether they're not. And they were ready to go today. And to get a big win like this, 91 points, is just fantastic for us. We haven't been scoring as well as we had liked to recently, and I just think getting that momentum going. Bluefield is who we have next, and they're a fantastic team. They have great three-point shooters. They move the ball really, really well. And we're going to have a great scoring night to be able to compete with them. We beat them here in our place, but we shot the ball really well early in the season, so I think it's great momentum moving forward to this. We've got them, we've got those 4 games, and it's a stretch trying to go 8 hours sometimes to play a game the next day and get pumped for it. So, but I think we've got great momentum. We really, really miss Sam. The other night she did break her arm in 2 places, so she's most likely out for the season. She's looking at possible surgery next week, so prayers for her. Anybody that, can offer those up would be great. But, she's got big shoes to fill, and the girls are kind of filling in that area for us. So Kylie's stepping in big.
Coach, congratulations on a nice win today. Always a pleasure. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much.
Coach Lisa Collins joined me here in pregame action for men's basketball. Well, we're about ready to get things underway as we've got game number 2 of the men and women's doubleheader. As the Bears out of Cleveland, Georgia, as I mentioned back in the women's game. Where is Cleveland, Georgia? Well, about an hour and a half due northeast of Atlanta is where that falls. And this team comes in with a record of 6-9. They fell last time out to CIU. So this is certainly what I think the KCU team feels like, that it has an opportunity to get a win here today. They had a great opportunity for a victory against CIU last time out and just could not find a way to put things away. So we will certainly see how this one plays out here this afternoon. So we'll go straight in to our starting lineups and get things ready to go here in this one. So in the backcourt, a 6'1" sophomore for Loganville, Georgia, number 1, Cooper Rubio. He's joined in the backcourt by a 6'2" junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, E.J. Smith. A 5'11" senior guard from Gainesville, Georgia, number 4, Brent Kelly. In the front court, 6'8" graduate from Uganda, Cameroon, Unaka Frankie. And rounding things out, a 6'6" senior out of Miami, Florida, Kanfumba Toure. So again, Rubio, Smith, Kelly, Frankie, and Toure, the starting 5 on the floor for Johnny's 6-9 Truett-McConnell University Bears. Now let's meet the starting 5 for the KCU Knights. They come in with a record of 3-13. Starting in the backcourt, a 6'3" freshman out of Raceland, Kentucky, number 2, Kirk Pence. He's joined there by a 6'2" sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, DeAndre Ross. Rounding out in the backcourt, 6'3" sophomore from Durham, North Carolina, David McCollum. In the front court, 6'4" senior from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, number 0, Courtney Ware. And number 23 rounds things out, a 6'5" senior from Seattle, Washington, David Woodard. Again, Ware, Pence, Ross, McCollum, and Woodard starting 5 on the floor for the Knights. TMU will have the road blues on this afternoon. Blue tops and bottoms, TMU across the chest with the golden bear right in the center. Gold numerals on the front and the back of the jersey. KCU in the grays this afternoon with the red stripes down both sides outlined in the black. Kentucky Christian in red on the front of the chest and the red numerals on the front and the back. KCU will work it from right to left as I view it here, high atop the stage area here next to Ron Arnett Court. Our officials, Mike Melton, David Vespi, and Nick Conway. Nice win for the women earlier, 91 to 70. Now the men trying to close things out with a victory. Had a sizable lead over CIU last time out and then could not hold on down the stretch. Center court, Toure and Ware. And we are ready for basketball here in Grayson. Ball's in the air. It's tipped off to the near sideline into the hands of the visiting Bears, and off we go. Kelly front court, lobs it off there to Toure. Toure in between the rings. Man-to-man pressure by the Knights. Hand off to Kelly. Kelly stops floater from 13's up to Stiff. Rebound out to Woodard. Woodard pitches it ahead off to DeAndre Ross. Ross stops, brings it off to Pence. Now in the corner to McCollum. McCollum dribbles out of the left corner to Woodard. Woodard works off a screen, starts right, comes back left, back out into the corner. 15 on the shot clock. McCollum into the corner, Pence. Catch and shoot 3. It's on the way. Yes! Kirk Pence connects with a triple, 3-0. That was something. He struggled just getting some confidence in that shot early on and in the loss to CIU the other night. Here's Kelly down in the corner. 17 on the shot clock. Kelly works off the screen from Frankie. Here's Smith. Wants a 3. It's on the way. It's too stiff. No good. And a whistle and a tie-up underneath. As they'll get the foul on Inaka Frankie. That's his first, team's first. Well, nice job there by KCU. David McCollum with the tie-up. 3-0 Knights. Pence takes the pitch, gives it off to Ross. Ross into the corner, McCollum. McCollum fakes it out, brings it back out now to Ware. Ware a jab step, attacks to the left elbow. Nice little stutter step, goes to the rack, puts it up, and it's blocked away. Frankie with the block. Kelly in transition off to the left side. A 3-ball up by Rubio, won't go home. Smith with an offensive rebound. Frankie from about 8 feet. A high arcing shot is good. And the Bears are on the board, 3-2. They trail it here with 18:20 to go in the opening period. There's McCollum, hands it off there to Pence. Pence curls off, little stutter step, stops left elbow. Ware angles right, goes back to Pence. He'll go from the left corner this time. It's on the way. No, that one's off the back of the box. McCollum with a nice rebound on the baseline. 15 on the shot clock. Ross, crossover into the corner, Pence. Pence angles toward the left elbow, and then Ware steps out of bounds. 17:51 on arrested clock here in the first half. 3-2 our score. Inbound goes into the backcourt, Brent Kelly. Kelly, the senior out of Gainesville, Georgia, goes off to the right side to Smith. Looking for Frankie on the lob underneath, working on Ware. We'll go to the baseline. That's Toure. Skip pass left side. Three's on the way for the lead. Off the mark, no good by Smith. Here's Ware in transition. Three won't go home. Tipped back up. Can't get it to stay home. We stay in a 3-2 ball game. Here's Kelly. Off to Smith. Smith left wing. 15 on the shot clock as we approach 17 minutes. High post inside, and then a whistle and a foul as they'll get Frankie on his second offensive foul. That's 2 on him, and he'll take a quick seat. Here comes C.J. Brown as Inaka Frankie goes off. Brown, a 6'4" redshirt junior out of Miami, Florida. 17 minutes to go here in the opening half. Knights in front by 1, 3-2. Pence comes off the baseline. They'll go out to Woodard. Nearly stolen away there by Brent Kelly. Woodard works off a screen from McCollum. Spins off the left elbow and has it taken away. They'll pitch it out to E.J. Smith. And Smith puts the Bears in front 4-3. Here's McCollum and started to attack with a basketball and travels. Lost it out of his hands on the way toward the rack. Smith takes it in the backcourt. He'll walk it ahead, walking into a jog now with a 4-3 lead. Hands it off there to Toure. Now Kelly. Kelly left of point. Working off a screen from C.J. Brown. Reverses it back to Brown. Brown lobs it underneath. Toure on the left block, working on McCollum. Backs himself in, puts up a shot, and a foul before the shot was away as they'll get that one on Courtney Ware. That's going to be his first, team's first. Let's say it was before the shot. So it'll be Bears basketball. Toure on the lob, inbound, and then a whistle underneath. And that's on Ware. That's his second. So quickly off the bench, Miles Shipp will have to come in. And the leading scorer for the Knights has to take a seat with 16-17 to play here in the first half. Here's an entry pass off the near side to C.J. Brown. He can't finish, but David Woodard reaches in and gets him on the body. And 3 fouls in 2 seconds against KCU. And C.J. Brown's going to go to the line and shoot 2. $16:15 to go here in the opening period. First free throw is on the way, too stiff. One more for the redshirt junior. 4-3 our score. Second one won't go either. Ball rolls off to Woodard. Here's Ross, gives it off now to Ship in between the rings. Off to McCollum. Here's Pence. He's got the only points for the night so far. Here's Ross with an attack off the left side. Can't get it to fall. And we've got a happy whistle official this afternoon. He's going to blow it to hear itself talk all night. As that's the first on Brown, team's third. And DeAndre Ross will go to the line and shoot 2. Free throw is up, is good. Even the game at 4. One more for Ross. Sophomore eyes and fires, tickles the twine as it flies through, and the Knights are back in front by 1. Brent Kelly brings it front court, looking for a screen. Nothing happening there. Rubio off the left wing finds a lane to the basket, and it's blocked out of bounds as McCollum poked it out. It'll stay with the Bears on their own baseline. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Bobs into Brown. Brown on the wing. Gives it back out to Kelly. Kelly pulls the trigger and buries the triple. 7-5, Kelly's first points of the contest. Here's Ship. Goes off to Ross. Ross out of the left corner. And he gets hemmed up. And a foul on the baseline. As that was on Cooper Rubio. That's his first, team's 4th. Will we make it to the 10-minute mark before we're shooting bonus? Here's Ross, takes the long inbound all the way back out near midcourt. 18 on the shot clock. Here's Woodard on the left wing. Finds a seam, pulls up, kicks it back out the back door to Pence. Pence out of the left corner, skip pass off to Ross. Ross right side, 8 seconds, pulls the trigger. Three's on the way, too stiff. Fighting for the rebound underneath, and two air comes away with it. Long three by Rubio, way off the mark. McCollum with the rebound, races it ahead. Skip pass off to Woodard. In transition. 3 ball's good. 8-7. Sub coming on. Raul Arias Ortega. He'll come in for Rubio. Knights back in front by 1. 8-7. Here with 14:47 to go in the first half. There's a bounce pass to Brown. He'll take it off now to Ortega. Ortega on the left wing, goes down to the corner, Smith. Close to Charlie Pack in the KCU bench. And then a whistle and a foul as look at the foul on Confunba Toure. That's his first, team's 5th. We got a sub on the next dead ball coming in for the Bears. And in Ross turns and looks towards Ship and throws it out of bounds. So Torrey steps out. Corey sits, comes on. Archuleta checking in at the next dead ball for the Knights. Here's Sitz in the lane, stops outside the restricted area, is tied up there, turns with a little bit of a hook shot. Can't get it to stay down, though. Nice rebound by Miles Ship. Here's McCollum, works off the left side, curls it out to Ross. Ross corrals it back in. Here's Woodard, attacks left, out to Pence. 3 ball from the left side, left that one short. Nice box out underneath by Smith. Here's C.J. Brown, backs in on Pence, turns, puts it up, and it's going the other way. And then a technical foul has just been assessed as well. So Brown just picked up his 2nd and 3rd. So the foul's now at 6. So Kirk Pence will go to the other way and shoot the free throws. hits the first. 9-7. And check that, actually it does go to 7. I had it correct, and the scoreboard was a little bit late getting there. So missed the second. So 9-7, Knights lead it. And now KCU will have possession of the basketball. Brown has to take a seat, and Torre returns. Here's Pence. Works off the left side, stops on the block, turnaround jumper in the lane, in and out, no good. Had a great look, couldn't get it to stay home. And then a whistle and a tie-up on the baseline. It'll stay with the Knights. Here comes a couple of subs on for KCU. As Pence will step off, Brevin Jones will come on. And a 30-second timeout requested. Here with 13:28 to go in the first period. Well, neither team has shot the ball well. Truett-McConnell 3 for 10 from the field. KCU 2 of 8. Unofficially, KCU out-rebounding them 7-6. Both teams with 4 turnovers. But 7 fouls against the visiting Bears in 6.5 minutes. I hope they brought extra players with them. They're going to run out of players at this rate. KCU in a pickle of its own as their leading scorer of Courtney Ware is strapped to the bench with 2 personal fouls early on. But the Knights hanging on to a 9-7 lead as DeAndre Ross will trigger in. Brings it out to David Archuleta. Here's Ship, left corner. 13 on the shot clock. Jones back to Ross. 8 on the shot clock. Goes into Kehoe. Step back from the left elbow. Good. Pure shot there, DeAndre Ross. His 4th point, and it's 11-7. Shot up by Smith, no good. Ross with a rebound. In transition, lobs it out to Jones. Long shot from the baseline, no good. Archuleta with a rebound. Here's Woodard. His shot doesn't go home. Here's a lob out on the other side. Tordoy can't get it down, gets his own rebound, and then a tie-up underneath. They'll get the foul on Miles Ship. His first, team's 4th. And they'll say it was on the floor, so not in the act of shooting. 11-7. And Brent Kelly to trigger in. Trying to get it to Torre, and it's thrown out of bounds over next to the bench. So they said he never touched it before it went out, so the clock never started. 5th turnover of the basketball game. Ship takes it in the backcourt, gives it up, gets it back. Brings it off near the side of Jones. Jones on the left wing. Puts it on deck one time, skips it over to Woodard. Woodard from the right wing, attack. Finger roll off the right side is good. David Woodard with his 5th point of the contest, and it's a 6-point edge for the Knights, their largest of the ball game. E.J. Smith working on Archuleta. Gets to the right elbow, goes to the block, puts up a shot, no good. Archuleta wants a 3, and he got it. 16-7. Knights in front. .45 to play here in the first period. And then a foul on the far sideline as they'll get DeAndre Ross, his first, team's 5th. 2 subs coming on for TMU as Frankie returns and Akil Covington coming on. Shot up short, and then a whistle and a foul underneath. Excuse me, they'll just say that it was poked out of bounds. Foul is on Brevin Jones, his first team 6th. So I was half-heartedly joking when I said, are we going to get to a bonus before the 10-minute mark? And any foul we have the rest of the way, rather being an offensive foul, will be Ortega. Puts it up and in for his first points. 16-9, that snaps a long scoring drought for the visiting Bears. Ship loses his dribble, gets it away to Woodard. Woodard comes left of point, hands it off there to Ross. Ross angles left, stops fadeaway jumper off the left elbow, no good. In transition, 3 ball from the left wing, no good, and it's poked out of bounds. Pence returns for Ship. R.J. Bryant coming on as well. Ware returns with those 2 personal fouls. Here's Archuleta on the left wing. Takes it to Pence down in the corner, 18 on the shot clock. Woodard pumps, steps in, goes into the paint, and we're going the other way. Nope, they'll say he walked. (16-9), KCU leads this one, 10:39 to play in the first half of action. Akil Covington brings it off down to Ortega. Ortega goes dribble drive, finger roll good. He's got 4, and the lead's down to 5. Ware down to Pence. Pence out of the right corner. Has it poked out of his hands, gets it back to Woodard. 19-foot pull-up jumper, too stiff. Long rebound out to E.J. Smith. Here's Covington. Attacks right down the center of the lane, kicks it off into the corner. Ortega steps in, 19-foot pull-up jumper, good. Raul Ortega has 6 quick ones and a timeout requested by KCU. 30-second timeout with 10:01 to play here in the opening half. Ortega's 6 points leading the way. Neither team has shot it well from long range. Truett-McConnell 1 for 6. KCU 3 for 7. 10 turnovers, 5 each direction. 13 fouls here in the opening 10 minutes. Courtney Ware out there with those 2 personal fouls. As McCollum triggers into him, and he'll bring it front court as we cross the 10-minute mark and the half-court lob near side. A little 1-3-1. Let's see if KCU can attack it a little better than it did the other night. Here's an entry pass turned over by Archuleta. In a hurry, Covington brings it off to Ortega. He's got the hot hand. That one won't go home, though. McCollum with a rebound. Jogs it into the front court. Now back into a man-to-man. Kirk Pence comes and gets the basketball. Tells Ware, come on up top. McCollum off to Ware. Now to Archuleta. McCollum. Here's Woodard. Left side 3, good. David Woodard, connects with his 8th point of the night, and the lead's back to 6. Here's Torre. Goes off the left elbow. Angles to the corner. And it's nearly stolen away. Somehow, TMU keeps it. Here's Covington, right wing 3, no. Ball tipped into the hands of Kirk Pence. And in transition, we're going the other way, and Courtney Ware has picked up his third. Offensive player control foul will not have TMU shooting free throws, but Ware will have to sit after picking up the third. DeAndre Ross quickly right back into the ball game. So Coach Pack rolled the dice in the loss to CMU Thursday night with Ware, and it came back to bite him. And here again, losing him for nearly most of the first half here, especially for the rest of the way now. And now Archuleta gets picked up with a ticky-tap cheap foul out 30 feet from the basket. So the 8th team foul on the Knights, and E.J. Smith one in the bonus. First one's up is good. 19-14. Second one for Smith. That one's good as well. 19-15, leads down to 4. We'll jump into that 1-3-1 again. Here's Pence out of the corner, right side three, left that one short. Ortega with a long rebound. He'll race it ahead off the left side, hand it off there in front of Charlie Pack into Covington. Covington crosses over, comes left wing. Near side to Smith. Approaching 8 minutes to go in the first half. Bounce pass to Covington, 10 on the shot clock. Covington gets free, gives it off underneath, and a big hammer dunk there by Torre. And the lead's down to 2. 19-17. There's McCollum. Tries to throw it over top of the defensive pressure, throws it away. A chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Finger roll off the left side for Bryant, won't go home. McCollum in transition. Spins, stops in the lane, goes into the corner. 3 ball from Woodard's on the way, left that one too deep. Rolls off the backside to Bryant. Thought about it. Here's Ortega, hemmed off there by Woodard. 15 on the shot clock. And then a tie up underneath. And they'll get that one on Archuleta. That's his second, team's 9th. Charlie Pack, that is terrible. So Confumba Torre is going to shoot one in the bonus with 7:12 to go in the first half. Free throw is up, one more. 19-18. This to even the game at 19. Torre pushes this one up. That one's good as well. We're even at 19. They're going to go 1-3-1 again. Pence needs to get a guy to the middle. Throws around the pressure. This side to Ross. Now gets it to Woodard. Woodard right down the center of the lane and has it blocked away. Here's Ortega. Goes to the rack. Finger roll. No good, but Torre with the stick back on the big dunk. And TMU takes a 21-19 lead. Here's Ross. Throws over to Pence. Pence left side. Back to Ross. Ross starts to angle through, goes out into the corner. Jones, dribble drive on the baseline, lost the handle on the pill, and they save it back in. 10 on the shot clock. Jones goes off to Woodard. Right side three's on the way, good. David Woodard steps into the triple and gives the Knights a 1-point lead with 6:15 to play in the first half. Woodard's got 11. Here's Covington, and we got an illegal screen. That's on Torre. And that's his second, team's 8th. Player control foul will not result in free throws. So Torre will take a seat. And Corey Sitz will come back on. Here comes E.J. Smith off, Rubio back on. Six minutes to play in the opening half. 22-21, Knights leading it by only 1 now. They led it by 8. Here's Ross working off Archuleta's screen, gets it, attacks the right elbow, comes back left, back to Archuleta. Long 3 from the wing, in and out, no good. Rebound on the baseline by Rubio. Rubio races it ahead, goes to the keyhole, left side out to Ortega. Bounce pass off to Bryant. Bryant near side. Lobs it inside to Sitz, goes back door with a reverse scoop shot, and Brent Kelly puts it up and in. 23-22. Here's Archuleta. Man-to-man defensive pressure being applied now after TMU had shown a little 1-3-1. Here's Ross with a nice step back off the left side. Too stiff, no good. Rubio with the rebound. 3 is an air ball from the corner, but it's saved. They'll come back in to Sitz, and he puts it up and in. It's a three-point lead now for the Bears, their largest of the ball game. Here's Woodard. Crosses over. Goes out to Pence. Pence on the right wing. Left side Archuleta. Goes right, out to Woodard. From the wing, 3, front iron short. In transition, Brent Kelly. Floater from 5 is good. And it's a 5-point lead. 27-22. Not trying to slow things down and get this one to the locker room. Really struggling without Ware on the floor. Here's Ross out of the left corner. Lobs it over to Pence. Pence on the right wing, steps in, into the keyhole. Back to Ross, left of point. Here's Woodard, pumps, finds a seam to the rack, has it raked out of his hands. It'll stay with KCU. Here comes McCollum and Ship back on. Pence comes off. And Woodard will take a seat. Frankie coming back on for Seitz. Ball goes into Ship. Hook shot in the lane, up no good. And then a rebound there by Bryant. Curl out to Rubio. Left corner 3, good. And a timeout requested by KCU. As it's out to a 30-22 lead. Full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the Cool Hits Sports Network. A timeout requested by KCU.
For those on the go.
As it's out to a 30-22 lead. Full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the Cool Hits Sports
The
Network.
break room favorite.
A timeout requested by KCU.
For those on the go.
As it's out
Clark's
to a
has what you need to
30-22
keep the
lead. Full
stadium
timeout. We're
on
back in
us.
60 seconds on the Cool
Make
Hits
life
Sports
a break
Network.
room favorite.
Timeout
Busy schedule
requested
moving forward
by
for
KCU.
those on the go.
As it's out to a
Clark's
30-22
the
lead. Full
Stitcher
timeout. We're back in 60
Refresh.
seconds on the Cool
Make
Hits
life
Sports
a break
Network.
room
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 in the dark for all your lighting needs. Remember, call River Cities Builders keeping your parking lot lit. Is customer safety one of your top priorities? We will route your parking lot to success. No need to ever be in the dark for all your lighting needs. Remember, call River Cities Builders keeping your parking lot lit. We have extensive all your lighting needs. We will route River Cities to success. No need to ever be in the dark for all your lighting needs. Remember, call River Cities Builders keeping your parking lot lit. We have extensive all your lighting needs. We will route River Cities to success. No need to ever be in the dark for all your lighting needs. Remember, call River Cities Builders keeping your parking.
Back here live at KCU. Sorry for some audio issues we were experiencing there. Back here live at everything back KCU. Underway now, and a ball through the hands on the near side. Audio issues we were experiencing there. 30-22 is our score. Back underway now, and a ball through the hands on the near side. Audio issues we were experiencing there. 30-22 is our score. Back underway now, and a ball through the hands on the near side. We were experiencing there. 30-22 is our score. Back underway now, and a ball through the hands. (32-22) now. On the other side, won't go home. Here's Kelly. Nearly throws it away. Rubio out top of the key. Now left side. Wanting to give it to Frankie down on the post. Brown tied up, and a whistle and a foul right in front of KCU's bench. David McCollum called for the tie-up. That's the team's 10th. So C.J. Brown, who comes back out with those 3 personal fouls. Will shoot the double bonus. First one is up, is no good. Here comes Pence and Woodard back in for Archuleta and Jones. 32-22. 1:51 to go on the ball in the first half, excuse me. Second free throw. That one finds its way home. Three from Woodard, money. 14 points for David Woodard. Knights needed that in a bad way. Here's Ortega on the right wing. Gives it off to Rubio. Rubio comes right from the left. Brent Kelly, step through, Euro step, shot up, no good. Miles Shipp fights for the rebound for the Knights. Gives it out now to McCollum. McCollum races it ahead. Little stutter step, steps through, jump stop to Shipp. No looks, pass underneath to Woodard. And Woodard finishes for his 16th point, and the lead's down to 6. That was a nice find there. Here's Rubio in transition. 3 won't go home. McCollum with the rebound on the far side. 49 seconds to go in the half. Knights trying to get back into this one after falling behind. Woodard with a hot hand. 3 from the left side. That one won't fall. He gets his own rebound, though. Here's McCollum with a left hand floater, no good. Shipp had it for a moment, but tipped it out of bounds. So 33 seconds to go in the half. So 3 seconds between the shot clock and game clock. So TMU will have to shoot this one before trying to expire as much as the game clock as they possibly can. Here's Kelly, dribbling out. Charlie Pack saying he's standing plenty close enough to get a count and getting no count whatsoever. Now down to 10. Here comes Frankie. They try to roll it underneath. It kicks off the leg, goes back out to Rubio. Long 3, no good. Woodard, 3/4 court shot, hits the air vents over top. And that takes us to the end of the first half. 33-27, our score at the break. We'll take a break when we return. Halftime here. here in Grayson. That takes us to the end.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Reyes Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Reyes Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. For you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Reyes Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. For you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Reyes Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. For you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only. For you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point. For you and your family, unlike any others, should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state.
With home ownership, if you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Financial Security begins at Members Choice Home Ownership has programs you've been putting off home buyers and you think to help you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Financial Security begins at Members Choice Credit Union today. Members Choice Credit Union and MLS you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Financial Security begins at Members Choice Credit Union today. Members Choice Credit Union and MLS you owe it to check out Members Choice Financial Security begins at Members Choice Credit Union today. Members Choice Credit Union and MLS.
Halftime here in Grayson as KCU in the locker room trailing 33-27. Let's take a look at some numbers in the first half of this one. KCU led this one by as many as 9 with 12 minutes to go in the first period, but then the hot hand of Arias Ortega got things going, and he dropped in 6 quick ones, and on the backside of doing so, that got this Bears team moving forward to where it needed to go. And by doing so, that sparked a nice run to close the half in which KCU went from up 9 to trailing by as many as 11 before finding a way to get things moving. The biggest issue with KCU right now is their leading scorer of Courtney Ware saw the floor for only 6 minutes. He shot the ball twice, and he's got 3 personal fouls. So that right there certainly is an issue in itself, without a doubt, to say the least. But the backside of things, when you play the first 20 minutes, and we had 18 personal fouls in this basketball game, both teams are struggling with trying to find a way to get their main scorers to where they need to be. And that's currently where we find ourselves here at the break. Again, so we had some technical issues on the audio side. We hope we have everything squared away. Great apologies on that side. Let's take a break with our fingers crossed. Hopefully we've got everything squared away. We'll look at some numbers when we return after this on the Kuwait Sports Network.
Make your everyday purchases faster, simpler, and more convenient with First National Bank's new contactless debit card, featuring a fresh new design and the ability to add your card to your phone's mobile wallet. Your debit card has never been more secure. Simply look for the contactless symbol at checkout, tap your contactless card, or hold your phone over the terminal, and your payment is processed in seconds without your card number ever being exposed. Tap, pay, go. It's that easy with First National Bank. First National Bank in Canonsburg, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas. 2 for your remedy. Big or
When you
small
have business away
projects,
from
River
home
City's
or a
Builders is a
planned
company
event
for all
far
your
from your
needs.
comfort
We have
zone,
extensive
you're probably
experience in
going
the
to need a
petroleum
little
industry,
help.
from
Let A&A
routine
Porta
gas
Potties
dispenser and
assist you
canopy
with all your
maintenance
portable
to
toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Back here in Grayson, we have the audio fixed. I'll take full responsibility for that one. I had the stream pulled up on my computer, which also runs as our connection to get our breaks back and forth. And as I was verifying the stream earlier on, totally forgot to hit pause on it. So when we went to break, it turned the audio to my computer on, and you were hearing the audio that we were playing, and the audio was coming from my computer. That one's all on me. Sorry, Austin. Our producer, Austin Ray's looking at me. He's like, man, I don't know where the problem is. Either way, the good thing of it is it wasn't during the game, so that part of it was gone. Let's look at some numbers in this one. We'll start first with the Bears. 13 of 33 from the field, 39.4%, 2 for 12 from long range, 16.7, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 62.5%. They have 26 rebounds to turn the basketball over 8 times in the opening half of play. Leading the way, Brent Kelly has 7. Kenfuba Torre has 6, including a big dunk late there in the first half. He's also leading the way with 5 of the 26 rebounds. 7 offensive boards for the visiting Bears in the opening half. For KCU, 29% from the field. That's 9 of 31. 6 of 18 from long range, 33%. 75% on 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. David Woodard has 16 of the 27 KCU points. Kirk Pence and DeAndre Ross each with 4. And Tayshawn Archuleta has 3. Courtney Ware, 3 personal fouls and no points in the first 20 minutes of action in this one. KCU led it by as many as 9. The visiting Bears led it by as many as 11. And it's a 6-point lead at the half. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of action here from Kentucky Christian University. 33-27 our score. Back after this on the Kuwait Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, equal housing lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around. In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Return. Refresh. Refuel.
Happy holidays from Clark's Pump and Shop. Stop in this winter weather season and warm up with one of our coffees, hot chocolates, or lattes, custom made just the way you like it. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
Back here in Grayson at the half, 33-27. Both teams still in the locker room as they get ready to try to make their final adjustments and see how well they can get things going. It's been very evident from the word go. It's going to be a tight whistle. Teams are going to have to adjust. And more importantly, I think the number that is on the board coming out of the locker room for the Bears is find Courtney Ware and go right at him. He's got 3 personal fouls. Go at him and see if you can get him to pick up number 4 very early. They have pretty much taken him out of this basketball game. Only 2 shots that he's attempted in 6 minutes of action. And your leading scorer on the Pine much of the first half has really put KCU in a set of handcuffs here through the first 20 minutes. We'll take a final break. When we return, second half of action here from the Lusby Center and Ron Arnett Court. 33-27, our score at the break. We're back after this on the Co-Ed Sports Network.
Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Are you having trouble keeping your parking lot lit? Is customer safety one of your top priorities? If so, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We have bucket truck and boom crane truck services. We have extensive experience in exterior lighting and parking lot lighting maintenance. No need to ever be in the dark again. Remember, call River Cities Builders at 473-4112 for all your lighting needs. We will light your path to success.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Getting ready for the second half of action here this afternoon from KCU. Men have some work to do after falling behind by 11. They got it down to 6 at the break. But hopefully they can figure out a way to keep Courtney Ware on the floor and get him going. Big hat tip to our crew this afternoon. Austin Ray and Felicia Collier, both doing camera work and production throughout our doubleheader this afternoon. It's going to be a while before both teams will be back home, as the women take to the road for 4 consecutive games. They don't come home until the 28th of January, and the men will be back here on next Saturday, and then they're back home on the 28th and the 30th with a men and women's doubleheader with Johnson, Tennessee, and Union. All those games, of course, carried right here on the home of the Knights, the Cool Hit Sports Network. Let's see what starting lineups we bring out in the second half of action. Again, if you're following along with us on Cool TV and you have not done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell and that little thumbs up. That gives us feedback, obviously, on the broadcast. And more importantly, anytime we put out new material, you'll get an instant alert about it. So greatly appreciate all of the fans that's jumped in with us there on Cool TV. And certainly happy to have everyone who is tuned in watching along with us here this afternoon. So Ware, Pence, Ross, McCollum, and Woodard to start for the Knights. Rubio, Smith, Kelly, Frankie, and Torre starting 5 on the floor for the visiting Bears. They've got the basketball right to left. They work it here as I view it, and off we go to the second half. Here's Kelly into the lane, tries to lob it underneath and has it stolen away. Here's Ware, front court, gives it off to Ross. Ross out to the wing. Woodard tries to go back door and is trying to feed it to Ware and has it stolen away. In transition, Kelly loses the handle on the peel. Kirk Pence with a steal. Ahead to Ross. Ross attacks right at Rubio. We're scoop shot up and in. And DeAndre Ross cuts the lead down to 4. 33-29. Ross with 6. Torre between the rings, comes to the left. Gives it off there to Brent Kelly. KCU in a man-to-man. Here's Torre on the left wing. Bounce pass to Rubio. Rubio backs it up in the left corner. Out to Kelly. Low pass. Tie up, and KCU's going to force the turnover. Pence forces it ahead. Out to Ware. Ware has it raked out of his hand as he fouled on the way up. And Courtney Ware will go to the line and shoot 2. Look at the foul on Kinfumbe Torre. That's his 3rd. First personal of the half. And Courtney Ware looking for his first points of the contest. Nice look there at the back of the official. And Ware's first shot won't go home. Our camera operator finally got the hint, moved. 18:53 to go here in the opening minute and seconds of the second half. Ware's second free throw finds its mark, and it's down to 3. 33-30. Bears in front by a tray. Front court. Torre in between the rings. Now off to Rubio. Rubio lobs it inside. That's off to Frankie. Frankie tied up, gets it high up off the window, and puts home his 4th point of the ball game. Back to 5. And knock off Frankie. Here's Woodard on the right wing. Gives it off now to Ross. Ross out of the right corner. Rubio picks him up. Little shimmy shake. Goes left, comes back right, draws a double team. Tries to go back door and throws it away. Was looking for McCollum and couldn't get it into his hand. Kelly in transition. Stops. Reverses over to Rubio. Left wing 3 on the way. No. In transition. Ross with the rebound. Here's McCollum on the left wing. He's all alone. He'll pull the trigger. Three's on the way. Money. David McCollum making it rain from downtown Tripletown. Leads down to 2. McCollum's first points of the ball game. Here's Torde over to Rubio. 17:40 to play in the ball game. Down in the corner, Kelly. He'll put it on the deck. Angle right to the left elbow. Torde curling over from the right to the left. Gets in the lane. Kicks it back out to Kelly. 9 on the shot clock. Kelly stops on the elbow. 12-footer on the floating shot. Gets it across this cylinder, and it tumbles across. 9th point for Brent Kelly, and it leads back to 4. Here's Woodard. Pumps. Steps in into the corner. Ware from the corner. Three's on the way. Yes! Courtney Ware cuts it to 1. 37-36. He's got 4 points, all of those here in the second half after going scoreless in only 6 minutes of action. Here's Torde on the baseline. Back out to Rubio. Rubio pumps, goes right at Kirk Pitts. Comes to the left elbow, goes right out to Kelly. 15 on the shot clock. And then a whistle and a foul. We're going the other way. So a timeout requested by the visiting Bears as Frankie just picked up his 3rd. The team's 2nd. 16:44 to go in the ball game, and the lead is down to 1. Again, KCU led this one by 9. It got out to 11 on the other side for the Bears. Good look there into the huddle. Coach Charlie Pack there going through some things with his team. Sure beats the heck out of a backside shot of the referee. Back out of the timeout. Ross brings it front court for the Knights. A chance to regain the lead here on this possession. They'll go to Ware right side, hand it off to Ross. Gives it back out to Ware. Ware between the rings. Goes to the right elbow and a foul underneath. They'll get it on Rubio on the hold. That's his 2nd, team's 3rd. And to reset the shot clock to the proper number. Woodard brings it in. Ross. 15 on the shot clock. Goes to Ware. Left side 3. Yes! 2-point lead for the Knights. Ware with 7 points all here in the second half. Here's Rubio. Curls to the right. Stops in the paint. Kelly from the right corner. Gets into the paint. Has that one blocked away, but he's fouled. That's on Ware. His 4th. Team's 1st of the half. So Brent Kelly into the line shooting 2 with 9 points. Trying to be the first player for the visiting Bears to get into double figures. And he left that one front iron short. Coach Charlie Pack rolling the dice. Courtney Ware staying on the floor. Second free throw connects. And the Knights' lead is 1. Ross bounces off to Ware, gets it right back in the right corner. They give it to Woodard. Woodard inside, now it's the other direction. Woodard whistled for the offensive charging fouls. Rubio rotates over and takes the charge. Coach Charlie Pack is begging for a technical foul. Here's Kelly, loses his dribble on the right side. Skips it off to E.J. Smith. C.J. Brown goes to the left elbow, backs himself down in, puts it up underneath, and that's off to Frankie, who puts this team back in front by 1. (40-39). Coach Pag just got his stop sign, and he knows how to play it. I will tell you this. I've been around Coach for long enough. He knows when to go and when to stop. Ware, out top of the key, down to the corner, Ross. Ross dribbles out of the corner, goes left side off to Woodard. Woodard crosses over, has it raked out, and then a tie-up. Brown gets it. Woodard got away with a foul. Here's Ruby on the baseline. Reverses back out to Smith. Left wing 3. No, it's an air ball. Ware with a rebound. Woodard held out near midcourt. Here's Ware. He'll pull the NBA range 3. That one doesn't find its mark, though. Rubio takes the rebound. He'll push it in transition, leading by 1. Stops in the lane, turns, kicks it back out. Frankie with a long arcing 3 is good. And Naka Frankie pushes the lead back to 4. His 9th point of the contest. 14.5 to go. Ware front court out there with those 4 personal fouls. Ship pitches off left side. Woodard. 3 for an answer. That may have been partially blocked as that went into the hands of Rubio. And then it's out of bounds on the Bears bench. And the turnover gives it back to the Knights. Rubio will take a seat. Arias Ortega coming back on as well. Here's Ross out of the corner closest to his bench. Gets into the lane. Floater up, no good. Frankie with a strong rebound underneath. E.J. Smith out of the corner. Kelly straight away. Frankie wants it on the high post. They go down to Brown. Brown gets through. Loses the basketball underneath. Woodard dribbling right at. Step through, gives it off to Pence. Pence has it blocked, but he's fouled on the way up. Fouls on E.J. Smith. That's his first, team's 4th. And Kirk Pence back to the free throw line for 2. Pence with 4 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Gets that one home. 5 points for Pence, leads down to 3. 13:27 to go in regulation. One more for the freshman. Nothing but net on that one. So 2-point lead for the Bears. They've got the basketball. Pence has 6 in the contest. Woodard the only player for the Knights in double figures thus far. Here's Kelly, curls it back out. Brown wants a 3. That one misses everything but the net. Back in is McCollum. He'll replace Woodard. Ware takes the inbound. Jogs it into the front court, across the midcourt stripe as we have 13 minutes to go in the ball game. Ware goes into the right corner. Gets a screen, steps into a 3. That's off the mark, too stiff. Brown with a long rebound on the back door. And then nearly stolen away by Ware. Ortega steps through, puts it off the window, won't go home. Frankie had it. Kirk Pence takes it away from him. And then in transition, McCollum finishes at the rim, and we're even at 43. Here's Ortega out of the right corner. Nearly falls down, stops, loses a dribble, keeps it though. Gets it out to Brent Kelly, and a timeout requested. And it's a full timeout. We're back in 60 seconds on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
All even at 43 with 12:26 to go in the ball game. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here this evening from the heart of the Parks, Grayson, Kentucky. Here at Ron Arnett Courts, KCU and TMU all even. Our crew this evening, Felicia Collier on the courtside camera, Austin Ray, our executive producer, and the camera up here on the stage with me. Bears basketball out of the timeout. There's a dribble drive off the near sideline, and he stepped on the baseline as Akil Covington checks into the basketball game and goes out of bounds. So a chance for the Knights to regain the lead. Ware out there was four personal fouls, brings it front court, right side gets a screen. Rolls it over, a wide open Kirk Pence on the backside, and he threw it right into the bottom of the rim. Rebound, Frankie. Here's R.J. Bryant, who also checked in the basketball game. He'll fan it back out. They'll lob it inside to Frankie, and then a whistle and a tie-up from behind and a foul. They'll get it on McCollum. That's his second, team's third. Torre coming back on as he'll replace Frankie. And Torre puts it up and in. 45-43. Torre with 8. Ware stops top the key, brings off right side to Ross. Ross goes dribble drive baseline into the corner. McCollum for the lead. Three's on the way, front iron short. Rebound Ortega. He'll bring it front court, leading by 2. Finds a seam into the lane, goes into the corner. R.J. Bryant in traffic. Won't get that one down. And then a foul from behind after the rebound by McCollum. They'll get that one on Bryant. That's his first. Team's 5th. Knights down by a deuce. Ware front court. Looking for a screen. Gets one from Ship. Little stutter step off the left side. Steps through. And a blocking foul. The official had to think about that one. That one was almost on Ware. And if that had gone down, that would have been number 5. We'll get that one on Rule Arias Ortega. That's his first, team 6th. So the next foul against the Bears will have KCU shooting bonus. Ware to the free throw line shooting 2. 7 points all here in the second half. First one's up is good. One more. Here comes Tayshawn Archuleta as he'll get McCollum. Senior from Hopkinsville, one more free throw. That one finds a spot as well. We're even at 45. Woodard returning as well, as also Ross goes off. Here's Ortega out of the left corner. Shuffles the feet, comes dribble drive baseline, and a foul on the way there on the baseline. Was it Pence or was it Ship? And it was Miles Ship. That's his second, team's fourth. .10:49 to play. Ortega from the left corner. 3 on the way, no. Woodard with a rebound. Ware starts to attack, finds a wide open Miles Ship on the back corner, and the Knights have a 2-point lead. Torday had rotated over to take the charge, and Ware just dished out the dime with pure precision. And now a bump foul again by Archuleta. That's his third, team's fifth. .10:26 unarrested clock, and it's TMU basketball on the near sideline. Ortega to trigger in. Kirk Pence applying the pressure in front of him. Covington juggled the basketball. Maybe probably just got away with a double dribble right there. He's carrying the ball. You can put a handle on it and carry it easier. Here's a pump. Bryant into the corner. Ortega pumps, resets. Long range twos on the way. Front iron, no. Bryant gets the rebound. Into the lane, left-handed hook shot. That one won't stay down. It's right back out to Bryant. He draws the foul on the second opportunity. And that one's on Woodard. That's his third. Team sixth. And R.J. Bryant will shoot a pair. Bryant scoreless in the basketball game. Knights lead this one by a deuce. Bryant's first one is up, is no good. Bears 6 of 11 from the free throw line today. 10 minutes exactly to go in this one. And we'll shoot bonus free throws the rest of the way. 1 of 2 goes home. Halfway home here in the second half. Knights in front by 1. The 1-3-1 looks like they're going to roll out here again. Here's Pence. Over to Ware. Ware a long 3. No, front iron short. Ship with the offensive rebound and the stick back. 3-point lead. 49-46. Here's Ortega. Out top of the key in front of Kirk Pence. Brings it off to the wing. Goes to the left elbow. Steps through. That's going the other direction. Sure is. Rotation over for the charge. We'll get Ortega on his second foul. Team 7th. Player control foul, so no free throws awarded. Woodard back on for the Knights as Ship will step off. Here's Woodard, finds Archuleta, curls it back off to Ware. Ware dribble drive, stops, 10-footer on the baseline, no. Fights, gets his own rebound, hands it right back in. Kirk Pence comes into the lane, and it's going the other way on an offensive foul on him. I don't know that I've called a game that I've had as many charges that I've seen in one time in my life. And I'm not saying anything about the officials. I think they've all been charges. It's just been so odd to see that many player control fouls at one time in a game. Corey Seitz back in the ball game as R.J. Bryant will go to the bench. On the floor for the Knights, Ware, Pence, Ross, Woodard, and Archuleta. Covington, Kelly, Ortega, Torday, and Seitz. 9:10 to go. 3-point lead for the Knights, 49-46. Covington pitches it ahead to Torday on the near sideline. Seitz between the rings. 20 on the shot clock. KCU to man-to-man. Here's Torday. Can't handle the pass on the baseline as it goes through his hands and out of bounds. 14th turnover. Timeout, KCU. Full timeout with 8:55 to play in the ballgame. We're back on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
49-46, 8:55 to go in the ball game. Timeout KCU as we have both teams in bonus, both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Courtney Ware, 9 points, all here in the second half, playing with 4 personal fouls. He's had to play very, very smart and heady to get through this one. Music. Music's still playing. There we go. Guys may like it better with music. Ware got held up a little bit coming through there, and in the process of doing so, it's a turnover. Entry pass goes under to Seats. He can't get it to stay home. Ross pulls out the rebound, gives it out to Ware. 8.5 to go. Archuleta between the rings. Off to Woodard, near side. Jabs goes left, spins right, puts up a shot. No good. He's fouled. That one's on Torre. That's his 4th, team's 8th. And Woodard to the line for 2. David Woodard, 16 points in the ball game. Has not attempted a free throw here today, though. KCU 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. So leading by 3. First free throw off the mark, no good. KCU trying to pick up only their 4th win on the season. Here comes R.J. Bryant and Inaka Frankie as Torre and Seats will take a seat. One more from the senior from Seattle. That one rattles home. 4-point lead. He's got 17. That leads all scorers. Near sideline, Kelly. Goes back to the right. Gets it out there to Ortega. 15 on the shot clock. Ball raked away underneath. Here's out to Ware. Ware goes right to the rack, and he's hammered hard. Charlie Pack wanting an intentional foul as Ware got hammered to the floor. Foul is on Ortega. That's his 3rd, team's 9th. And Courtney Ware jumps back to his feet a little gingerly. And he'll shoot 2. Chance to go in double figures if he can hit this one. Free throw up, rattles in and out, no good. E.J. Smith returns, replacing Covington. Ortega steps off, and Smith back on the floor. Excuse me, Rubio steps back out. My mistake. One more for Ware. Can't get either one. Inside of 8 to go. 4-point lead for the Knights. Handoff left side, Smith. Smith goes to the inside the keyhole right side, out to Kelly. There's a jab step by Bryant, stops on the left elbow. 7 on the shot clock. Back out to Kelly. Long three. Got it. Brent Kelly just before the horn puts in the triple, his 13th point of the contest, and the lead's down to 1. That's a big-time shot right there from Kelly. DeAndre Ross with the basketball. Pitches it off to Kirk Pence. Pence handed off there to Archuleta. Back to Pence. Pence all alone. Back to Ross. Ross dribble drive on the right side. Steps through. Got it to go home. Nice take there by DeAndre Ross, as he has his 8th point of the night. Nice look there by Kirk Pence to find Ross out on the wing in the dribble drive lane. Smith pitches it off now to Bryant from Rubio. Tries to back in, and he travels. I was going to say, if they call a foul on that one, Charlie Pack will lose his lunch. Archuleta comes off. Back in is David McCollum. 3-point lead. Knights in the possession of the basketball with 6:48 to go. See if TMU jumps into that 1-3-1. They haven't shown it in a while. Played it much in the first half and had some success. Here's Woodard. Finger roll from the left wing is good. His 19th. And a 5-point lead for the Knights. Brent Kelly works off a screen. Nothing happening there. Goes to work on Ross. Stops in front of Woodard and has his shot partially blocked. Woodard with a block and the rebound. Pitches it ahead. Wares all alone in the near side corner. He dribbles out of it. Gives it up to DeAndre Ross. We approach 6 minutes to go in the ball game. KCU just trying to run a little motion and burn a little clock. Here's Woodard. Left side three on the way. No. Way too stiff. RJ Bryant in transition. Steps through. That's going the other way. No. Woodard trying to step in and take the charge. Instead, he picks up his 4th. Team's 8th. They're saying it's the team's 9th. So RJ Bryant to the line shooting 2. Free throw is up is good. This to cut it to a 1-possession game with 5:49 to play in regulation. Free throw up. In and out, no good. Rebound McCollum. 54-50. KCU leads it by 4. Ross gives it up, gets it back, left side. Next to his bench, 15 on the shot clock. Pence goes left elbow, back to Ross. Ross crosses over. Pence in the corner, left side, 8. Now McCollum at the free throw line, back to Ross. Pence, step back, left wing 3 on the way. No, too stiff. Kelly with a rebound. No look pass underneath. Had a wide open Frankie there. Frankie misses the first, gets the tip back, and it's down to 2. And a full timeout requested by KCU with 5:03 to go in the ballgame. Back after this on the Coed Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Pete. We should really go to the camera shot right now that we've got from our floor camera operator. She's killing it right now. She's got a nice close-up of the blocks. Down here leaning up against the wall. I mean, act like this camera's heavy or something. This is the guy standing up here on the stage talking for the last 6 hours. 54-52 as we welcome you back here to Ron Arnett Court in the Lusby Center in the campus of Kentucky Christian University. James Carr, happy to have you along with us here. Our crew doing a fabulous job, as always, Austin Ray and Felicia Collier. KCU basketball out of the break. Nice steal with 2 timeouts. Woodard takes the bounce pass off the wing. Hands it off there to Ross. Ross curls with 9 on the shot clock. Here's Ware, faces the basket, down in the corner. McCollum, 3 ball up, no good. Long rebound falls off the backside to Bryant. Chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Here's Kelly. Off to Smith. Rubio, left wing, 15 on the shot clock. Bryant lobs it back door. That's off to Frankie, high off the window, no good. Strong rebound underneath by Woodard. He's flirting with a double-double. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Ross walks it across the midcourt stripe. 15 on the shot clock, comes to the right, now goes back left. Starts to attack, off to Pence. He'll step into a right wing 3, money. Kirk Pence with his 9th point of the night. Pushes it out to 5, inside of 4 to go in the ball game. And a timeout requested by TMU. They have 2 timeouts remaining, and it is a full timeout. We'll go ahead and stay right here. Heck of a win this evening by the women, 91-70, as they get to 10-6 on the season, 7-5 in AAC play with a win over TMU. Lakin Atkins had an amazing game, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 3 players with 11 points, Abby West, Jada Higgins, and Kylie Gillum. That's back-to-back games for Gillum going double figures. And then Jasmine Flowers rounds things out with 10 points. She was 8 of 8 from the field. The team shot 29 of 30 from the free throw line. That's 96.7%. Lakin Atkins was the only missed free throw that happened in that ball game. And it was the front end of a 2-shot foul. But you pull down 22 points and 14 rebounds, you can miss a free throw and still get away with it. They're not going to say anything on that one. But she was an absolute warrior. She had a big assignment today going up against Elise Dobbs for TMU. Dobbs was the leading scorer. She had 18 points, 11 rebounds. Very strong force on the post, and Atkins answered the call every single time. So a nice win for the women. They're not back home now until the 28th. The men will be back home next Saturday. We'll be here for the coverage on Cool TV. And then back here for men and women's doubleheaders on the 28th and 30th of this month. All right, back underway. Frankie brings it off now to Ortega. Ortega, a Euro step down the center of the lane and puts it up and in. Down to 3. Here's McCollum. Gets a little separation. Ross, Woodard, has it when stolen away. Going right at the rim, and nice job there by Kirk Pence to stay with it. And we get a ball pinned on the backboard, in between the backboard and the rim. And your question is, what happens here if it did not result in a foul? Well, it did result in a foul. And what happened if it didn't is it was a jump ball, and the possession area will determine who got it. Either way, though, it's a foul on C.J. Brown. That is the team's 9th. So the next foul will be double bonus, and DeAndre Ross goes to the free throw line for 2, leading by 3. Ross with 8 points, make it 9. That pushes it to a 2-possession game and a chance for the second player to get in double figures. Brown will take a seat. Back in is Torde. One more for the sophomore, and he hits that one as well. 59-54. Here's Torday in between the rings, working on McCollum. Down in the corner, E.J. Smith out to Brent Kelly, and he serves up an air ball. I don't know if he wasn't ready to step into that shot or what, but it looked very forced when he let it go, and it missed everything. So now the Knights looking at that 1-3-1 again. They get it to the corner. Here's Ware. Left side three, too stiff. Rebound on the baseline, backside by Torday. Kelly in transition. Goes right elbow, stops left side. Off the block, off the window. No. Rebound falls off in to KCU. And then Ross has it taken out of his hands. He'll go right at Woodard, put the shot up, no. And then ahead on the run out is David McCollum. And it's 61-54 with 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Ortega, left wing, down 6. Kelly, left of point. Torday wanting it inside. Spins in the lane, stops right, comes back left, high up off the window. Good, strong take there by Brent Kelly for his 15th. 61-56. Minute 39 to go. Ross front court. Gives it off to Woodard. 17 on the shot clock. Woodard hands it off to Ware. Ware dribbles it back out. Starts to attack. And that's going the other way, and Ware just got called for his 5th. He extended the arm. And the offensive foul will foul him out of this basketball game. It'll be the 10th foul on KCU. So Archuleta will have to come on for Courtney Ware, who flirted with 4 personal fouls much of the second half. And that time there, he tried to get the separation with the arm bar, and it was right in front of the official. So an empty trip down for the Knights. They lead it by 5. Here's Ortega. Working on the left side, lost the handle on the peel, gets it back. Gives it off to Kelly. Kelly pumps, comes left side. Cut up there by Ross, 13 on the shot clock. Back to Smith, 3 from the wing, no. Ross with the rebound. Inside of a minute to go in the ball game. And then a whistle and a foul right in front of me, and that's the 10th team foul against the Bears. As they'll get that one on E.J. Smith. And DeAndre Ross will go to the line and shoot 2. Ross in the afternoon, 4 for 4. KCU 11 of 16 tonight from the charity stripe. Broadcaster's jinx, if you will. This one to still make it a full 2-possession game. Second one, front iron short. He missed them both, but Kirk Pence gets the rebound. And a jump ball favors the possession arrow of KCU. Coach Charlie Pack wanted a timeout, didn't get it. Both teams double bonus, both with 2 timeouts remaining. And now Charlie Pack is going to burn a 30-second timeout with 49 seconds to go. C.J. Brown checking back into the basketball game. Not certain who he came in for because he just ran onto the floor. KCU led this ball game by 9 in the first half. That was at the 12:01 mark. TMU led it by 11 late, just before halftime. It was down to 6, 33-27. We've gone back and forth here over the final 10 minutes. And KCU's opened up a small window at 61-56, but 2 free throws from DeAndre Ross that could have pushed this into a 3-possession game, and he missed both. KCU gets the inbound. Ross has it on the far sideline. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Ross crosses over left side, gets a seam to the lane. Finger roll good. DeAndre Ross, 12 points in the contest. That'll make up for the 2 missed freebies. 63-56. It's a 7-point lead. Ortega back to Kelly. Back to Ortega in the corner. Less than a second between the two, and Ross gets a big block. Kirk Pence with the rebound. And the tie-up and the foul. E.J. Smith whistled for the infraction. That's his third. Kirk Pence will go to the line and a chance to go into double figures. He would be the third player to do so. 15 seconds to go in this one, and the Knights trying to put this one on ice and pick up what would be their 4th win of the season. Pence, high arcing shot, no good. I got to stop talking about free throws. One more for the Frosh out of Raceland. Eisen fires. No good. Rebound tumbles out into Frankie. High arcing 3, in and out, no good. Pence fighting for it. It goes out of bounds. And it'll stay with TMU. 6 seconds to play. And down by 7. And the ladies in the concourse already gargling some warm salt water, warming up. And we're getting a foul before this one goes the other direction, as C.J. Brown just fouled out of this basketball game. And excuse me, they called that one on Ortega. That's his 4th. Woodard brings it into the front court, dribbles this one out, and the Knights are going to win this one. 63-56. It's a sweep for the Knights here on the home floor. And the head coach for TMU, John Ye, having a few words with the official as they leave the floor. So a sweep for the Knights here at home today. The women get the big win early. The men hang on late. 63-56, your final score. We'll take a break. We come back, we'll take a look at some numbers in this one and wrap it up from a great day here in Grayson. Winners are the Knights. Our coverage continues in the postgame show after this on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
For those on the go, the smoothie connoisseur, the break room favorite, and for those that just never quite have it all, Clark's has what you need to keep your day on track. Make life easier and keep your busy schedule moving forward with everything you need at Clark's. Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Final score here this evening, KCU guts one out, 63-56. They outscore TMU 36-23 in the second half and had to find some creative ways to make this one a W. Courtney Ware only saw the floor for 6 minutes in the first half. He was scoreless. He finishes with 9 points before fouling out of this basketball game. But it was David Woodard who really led things along the way in this one, as he finished with a game-high 19 points and, more importantly, pushed this team into the winners column for only the 4th time on the season. Well, joining me now here in postgame, head coach for the KCU Knights. Coach, you can sit down. You probably deserve a seat after this one. Let's talk about how this game transpired between two different halves. If anyone told you before this game started you're going to have your leading scorer on the bench for much of the first half, only played 6 minutes and scoreless, and you win this one by 7, you'd probably took that one and walked out the door.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Courtney's a big part of what we do offensively, and, but it's next man up mentality. It's kind of been that way all year. We've had some guys ineligible, some other issues come up, so it's just been next man up all year. We work every guy in every rotation and every situation for those type of situations. So I'm proud of the guys that come off the bench and done a great job while he was out. And we kept it to 6 at half, I think it was, and just kept us in striking distance so we could make a run there in the second half.
You see that they throw a little 1-3-1 at you there in the first half, and we talked after the game the other night. You feel like you attacked it better this evening?
Not early.
No, not early. I'll agree.
That was. We had held them to, I think it was 12 points up until they went to the 1-3-1. They go to the 1-3-1, and they probably go, I don't know what the run was, but we ended up in the next 8 minutes of the half being down. We was up like 6 or 8. They wasn't being able to do anything offensively. That gave them some confidence offensively because they were getting stops, getting out in transition. We weren't picking the ball up quickly enough, and so the 1-3-1 was a complete change of the game in the first half. We really felt like that. That's what we talked about at halftime. And, we told them once the ball goes to the wing, if we get it to the corner and then attack, we'll get whatever we want in the second half. We did that. We hit a couple threes. We hit a couple layups. They hit Miles underneath in the dunk position a few times. So just figuring out how to attack it. And we talk about it, but our guys kind of freeze up. They hold it just a second too long on that wing and allows that trap to come, and then they can't see the next play. So we'll get better at it. I think from first half to second half today, we definitely made that adjustment, though.
DeAndre Ross, a kid that you've really had to turn to at the point guard position, especially the last 2 games. Ware got in foul trouble here Thursday night. He got in foul trouble here in the first half, and Ross has really been a guy that stepped up and led the way for you as you've needed him to.
Yeah, so Ross is a super, super explosive kid. And we usually play him at the 2 with our point guard, either Dumais or who's hurt right now, or Lonnie, who's just out for some disciplinary actions at this time. And so we just put him in that role. But here's the thing. If he can get a step on you, he's super explosive, and he can create his own shot. He can create for others. And he plays within our system for the most part. So it has been an adjustment for him, but we have ran him there some at times this year. And he does a great job. So
David does what you would expect from a senior. He goes out there when you needed him the most to step in the first half. He had the hot touch. He finished with the 19 points, leads you on the glass tonight with 8 rebounds. You get out-rebounded 42-36, but enough to keep yourself around.
We said we had to keep the rebounding battle between 8 or less. I mean, our biggest guy is 6'4". They got 3 guys 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". So every day we said, we come out. That was one of the goals. We have to be within 8 on the rebounding battle to even have a chance. We've been working it a ton more in practice because we weren't real great at it at the beginning of the year. But I think our guys are starting to buy in. The other night in the locker room, you just sense when they're invested in something. And the other night when we lost here to CIU, you could see the hurt. So today, I think, we had some adversity in the first half. We adjusted at halftime, and guys come out and played the right way and done everything I asked. And I can't ask for anything anymore in the second half. So
14 assists on 21 made baskets. That also led to 10 3-pointers, and that right there shows you how you were moving the basketball against the zone.
Yeah. So that's another goal. Our goal was 16 assists every game, greater than or equal to 16. We didn't get to 16, but when we get to 16 or more, we've been in every game or won our 4 games when we have those. When we're usually 7, 8 assists, we're usually not real good because it allows you to key on 1 or 2 guys. So, but we're figuring out how to make the next, space the floor, get to our spots. You know, it's the first year in my system. We knew it was going to take time. We knew it was going to be a process. But I feel like we have made progress, and we're headed in the right direction. The program's headed in the right direction.
Coach, always a pleasure. Nice win here this afternoon into the evening, and certainly look forward to catching up with you next week when you bring in, I believe it's, we got Milligan next?
No, we got Bluefield on the road.
Next Saturday. Gosh, I
ain't even looked that far ahead. It's one day at a time.
Let's see here. Who do we? Reinhardt. There we go. Reinhardt next Saturday. It's
another very typical, similar team to this team we played here tonight. Very long, very athletic. So we'll have our hands full again.
Good deal. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Coach
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you, Coach. Let's take our final break. We'll look at our numbers and wrap it up when we return after this here in the postgame show on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Jennifer Epperly, Loan Officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. KCU offers both undergraduate and graduate programs, including the new Teacher Leader Master of Arts in Education degree. They also have an array of competitive sports. Kentucky Christian University is committed to focusing on Christ while helping students build character and prepare for their future careers. Visit kcu.edu to learn more or to schedule a visit on campus.
Let's take a look at some numbers here this evening before we wrap things up. We'll start first with the Rams of Truett-McConnell. 22 of 61 from the field, 36.1%. 4 of 22 from downtown Tripletown, 18.2. 8 of 14, 57.1% from the free throw line. 42 rebounds, 11 on the offensive glass. And it was Inaka Frankie that led the way with 7 rebounds. He also had 2 offensive rebounds for the team. Brent Kelly led the way with 15, Frankie with 11, and Torre pitched in with 8. For KCU, 21 of 55 from the field, that's 38.2%. 10 of 31 from a long range, 32.3. 11 of 20 from the free throw line, 55%. KCU though missed their final 5 freebies, including 2 that could have pushed the game into a 3-possession game there late, but still took care of business down the stretch as they needed. 36 rebounds, 6 on the offensive glass. David Woodard leads the way with 19 points. He also had a team-high 8 rebounds. DeAndre Ross pitches in 12. That's the only 2 with double figures. Courtney Ware, Kirk Pence, each with 9. David McCullum throws in 7. 63-56, your final score. The Knights finish out the sweep this afternoon. They moved to 4-13 on the regular season, 4-9 in conference play. Truett-McConnell falls to 6-10 and 4-8 in conference play. Up next for the men, they've got a matchup at Bluefield on Wednesday at 7:30, and then they're back here next Saturday at 4 p.m. Our coverage will begin with countdown to tip-off at 3:45 right here on Cool TV. A big thanks to our crew tonight, Felicia Collier and Austin Ray, doing a fabulous job on camera work and production work. And, of course, all the great folks here at Kentucky Christian University. A sweep for the Knights here today. The women, 91-70. The men hold on and win it late, 63-56. For Felicia Collier and Austin Ray and all the great folks at the Cool Hit Sports Network, I'm James Collier saying good night and have a great weekend, everyone. And thanks for tuning in to another Knights basketball game here on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
You've been watching and listening to KCU basketball on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV. Tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Clark Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, A&A Porta Potties, River City's Builder, Stork Pharmacy, Members Choice Credit Union, Grace Hermanos Mexican Restaurant, First National Bank of Grayson, and Kentucky Christian University. This broadcast of KCU basketball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.